Alrighty, good morning. You guys are back on the Ginger Boys YouTube channel. Today what we're going to be doing is just kind of here and there, you know, do little fixes, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But we put a hot battery on this thing, and I am going to start it right. The batteries were dead, but I figured if I put a hot battery on it, she should be fine. Come on, baby. Nah, ain't gonna do it. Have to get some jumper cables. Maybe she'll jump over. So I'm gonna go to the house and grab some jumper cables and get to it. Alright, so we're out here in this truck. And this guy's buying it from me, Kenny. He's a pretty cool guy. He was looking at it and everything, and just going over everything. He found that the battery cables is a little loose. That's why it was dragging when it was starting. And he's seen this little water leak right here. If you guys don't know, this is the back of the head. There's a fitting and the water goes into the head. But he's seen that it was dripping and he moved it around. I'll show you when it started up. So we're just gonna cut it, shorten it, and go from there. Alrighty guys, there's a little pinhole. I had to replace that now instead of later. Because if he would have gone out the road and had to replace that line, that would have been, you know, a nightmare. Even if he done it, you know, on the side of the road or something. Got all the antifreeze. It was about 3 gallons. So we ordered some more, we're gonna put it in there. I ain't gonna put anything together just in case it has like another pinhole I might not have seen or something. So when we get the other antifreeze and it leaking, then we can put it all back together. We're gonna put some brand new tires on it. Put 8 brand new tires on it. Got new brakes, new dog bones, new bearings, new seals. This thing is gonna be pretty good. Basically all you need is airbags and shocks, and there you go. You got a brand spanking new one. Alrighty guys, another thing I found, or Waddy found, not me. The shock's loose, so we're gonna cut it off because it looks like we tried taking it off and it would not break loose. So what we're gonna do is torch it off and go get a new one. We already got 4 new tires on this thing. Fix that leak back there. Everything else looks good. Kenny was going over it just to make sure, because that's just the kind of person he is. But honestly, I really hope this thing does great for Kenny. I mean, I know he'll take really good care of it, because if you guys seen the Pete lately, that thing is spotless, like shiny. The reason why it's shiny is because Kenny, he literally cleaned it every time he stopped. It was funny, or not really funny, but he takes care of his stuff. So this should do him good, get him some money going and everything. And that'll do that. We're going to torch this off, go get a bolt. This thing will be ready to go. And then if this thing ever charges, the Mac over there never charges, we'll be starting that up, fixing the pump up and everything. Finally getting that thing ready to go. Alrighty guys, so we ended up getting two brand new shocks. Two new shocks. Filling up the rear end now with grease. What else did we do to it? Fix that water leak. Put new shocks on it. What he's gonna do when he gets back, he ordered some brackets right here because there's supposed to be shocks there, but I guess the brackets broke and they didn't really plan on putting any new ones on. So he already ordered those. So once he gets those in, we ordered 4 shocks instead of 2. So the other 2 shocks will be here tomorrow. And when he comes back in, we'll put those brackets on, new shocks on. But this should make Kenny a really nice truck. I really hope it does good for him and everything. We had to cut basically all the bolts off because whoever did this welded the bolts on. Which, I mean, I kind of see why you did that, but another way, what if you needed to change the shock and you didn't have a torch or anything at your disposal? It's not, I see why they did it, but I don't know about it, you know? But this thing should do perfect for him. He's gonna drive over here so we can get more flat ground. And I'm gonna take these bolts out. Take that bolt out right here and fill her all the way up. And then Kenny will be ready to go. Alrighty guys, sorry I haven't really posted, and I think it's been 4 or 5 days, but I've had the cold, Dad's had the cold and everything. We've all gotten a little bit better, you know, still cold and everything, but we've gotten a little better. Over that time span, Ferris's Jeep, pump locked up on it, threw the belt off, so she hasn't been driving it because it ain't turned to the water pump or the alternator or any of that. I don't want it to, you know, overheat or nothing on her. So here's that darn, look at that. That's where the bearings are at, and it's all out of there. But that's that, and I guess we're gonna try to sell this thing. I'd say we could probably sell it for about $2,000. I mean, it's got a new head in it, timing chains in it, it's great. There's nothing wrong with it other than the heater core. We bypassed it because, but we do have the heater core. All they gotta do is put it in, or I don't really know what Dad's wanting to do, but honestly, I ain't really feeling putting the heater core in. The dash, it's not my favorite thing to do. I hate doing dashes. I'll take out a motor and put a new motor in. I'll do anything. But when it comes to a dash, I don't know, that right there is just not me at all. I really hate doing that, but this thing runs great. Fixed the oil leak and everything on it. That right there is power steering fluid. The way it did lock up is, if you guys watch my other video, this line right here is leaking, the pressure line, and it finally gave out and we just slung off on her. So I'm going to be taking this thing off. They are bringing a new pump and a new line here, I think around 4 today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart and have, be ready to put it back together and everything. But look at this thing, it's crazy. So there's where the bearings are at, and it's just ate up and boom, gone. You can tell that sucker got hot too, that little color right there. Yeah, but it's whatever. I'm gonna pay for it and everything for her, and should be good to go. Hopefully we can sell this thing, because honestly, in my opinion, I really hate these motors. It's just so sketchy, and I really hate it. I don't know why, but I just really hate it. Alrighty guys, so what we're getting ready to do is take this little pump out. So there should be 3 bolts on it, and there's 1, 2, and number 3. We're gonna zip them things out and pull her out. Alrighty y'all, we got 3 bolts out. There they are. Pretty simple. I did not take the line off first. Thought about doing it, but I didn't, because it seems a lot easier to just, well, we got these big wrenches. Let's explain it. And it's kind of hard to get underneath there, and no one takes the fan out. Everything else, and it'd be a lot easier to just do this and take a little hammer and love tap it and break it loose. Ain't that big of a deal, but we're almost to it. Alrighty guys, we got her out. I'd say my hardest thing was them 2 bolts right back there. This little bracket. I do not see why they did this. I mean, what the heck? Come on. Really? You just went straight down. or if, I don't know if that serves a purpose or what. Whatever. But got this. Now the new one should be here around 4:30 or something. And I'm gonna wait for a new one. Alrighty, finally got the new lines and new pump. Funny story about this. I was doing old rallies. I sat there for about 10 minutes and they couldn't figure out what I was talking about or anything, because I ordered the parts in advance, not O'Reilly. So they was sitting there looking for the order and this and that. I was like, I literally just got off the phone with someone that said it just came in and this and that, blah, blah. But as soon as I realized it, I was like, oh, crap, I'm in the wrong place. I called Advance, not O'Reilly's, so yeah. Well, it's the wrong place, but I honestly thought it was kind of funny. But here we go. I'm gonna slap her in and get this thing ready and head home. Gotta take a nap. I'm about tired. Alrighty, got her all prepped. Everything's tight on it. Tighten this clamp down. This was a little bit different, but it makes sense. But got everything prepped and ready. I'm gonna put the oil rings on last so I don't lose them. We'll rub a little bit of oil on it just in case. You know, it's rubber, could dry rot. Probably not, because it's gonna be around oil. But I'm gonna go ahead and mount this sucker. Where this thing mounts at is right there. You see that? That little hole? I don't know if you're gonna tell. Anyway, this thing sits in there like this. I really don't know why they made it like this instead of just a straight line. But it's whatever. So I'll go ahead and bolt the sucker up. Alrighty. Got that bracket on there. And you gonna let it focus. Got that bracket on there. Everyone knows when you're working in tight spots, this crap happens. Then I'm gonna get that wheel off and shove this little thing in there and get her done.
This is the mail lady. Well, customer came in and got no heat. And the heater hoses, they're hot. They're really hot.
Is it fan blow?
No, I think that's what the problem is. Yeah, those are hot enough to throw enough heat in there to hurt it.
Maybe the fans.
Take this loose cigarette, get that fan motor out.
This is the mail lady's card. We usually try to help all the mail ladies, you know, or mail people. Because honestly, guys, without the people of the U.S. mail, I mean, come on. What would we have? Basically nothing. Like, 3/4 of these trucks would not be running. I wouldn't have them parts for the Jeep. You know, there's a bunch of stuff that mail people do. So help them out when you can.
This is a right-hand key.
Right-hand. This thing, got one of the bolts started, and I decided to walk over there and talk to Dad a little bit, but put 2 more bolts in, then I'm gonna get that wheel off and put it on here and then start this baby up. Oh, I gotta get some transmission fluid, because I did forget. So, obviously, you guys would think one of the main things I would get if I'm getting a new pump is like power steering fluid. You think that would be like one of my top things to get, other than the pump, obviously, but you know, I didn't. So, got some training fluid though. Good word, automatic training fluid. Alrighty, guys, automatic transmission fluid, same thing. Dad told me this, but basically the same stuff.
Wear some pants up there next time.
I am. And my boots. I ain't playing. The only thing that kept me warm was that darn seat heater.
Oh. Oh, you know what?
Alright, guys, I don't know about y'all, but I have got a massive forehead from this freaking pulley system. This thing is really it was very complicated putting together, so I asked Dad for some help, and he helped me with it. But it's actually pretty darn simple. So, now I'm gonna go ahead and pull this darn thing out. Well, I'm gonna have to do this with one hand. But I'm telling you, this thing literally took me like an hour to try to figure out. And then I was like, all right, whatever. Very complicated, but I got it. Ain't that big of a deal. And I'm gonna take this pulley and put it on that Jeep, start her up, see if she does good. Hopefully there's no leaks. Hopefully everything is correctly done, which it is obviously, but sometimes you can pinch O-ring, this and that. You never know. And it could, there's always something. I've learned working on cars, it's always something. It doesn't matter what it is. It's always something. There's always that one bolt or one screw or freaking, it could be a darn zip tie that's in your way or something. Doesn't matter. It's always something. We'll go ahead and get this done and start her up. Alrighty guys, we got the pump on. It's been about, I'd say about 3 days now. This pump does great. Took a minute to get all the fluid down in there and everything because it was dry as a bone, but filled her up. All the air is out of it now. It's smooth, quiet, and everything. Works great. Topped off the antifreeze. Checked the oil. Just went over everything. Made sure it was all good and sexy and everything. Ooh, look at her. Why you got a little haircut? Yeah. Ooh. Sexy little man. But
I even got my nose waxed.
you did?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, it ain't too bad.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, no? It don't
What?
hurt.
No, I don't.
He just puts two up there and lets him see it, finish his hair, and wow. Oh, yeah. It won't
What are
get
you
all
looking
of
at my
them.
nose for?
You won't get all of them out.
But this thing runs great now. Now we're probably gonna trade it for a BMW. Actually, Dad's BMW up there. It needs a starter and tires, which this thing's worth about $2,000. So trade even. I think it'll be kind of a fair deal. Help her out a little bit, but this thing works great.
You put a lot of work in that motor.
Then we put a new motor in it. Let it run for a minute. Dropped the valve seat. Had to get a new head. Put the head on. I think the worst thing we done to this thing was timing it. I was just let Dad do it because I had no idea what I was doing.
You do now.
That's true. Let me put some grease on that. Some road.
Yeah, mine does that on my Expedition a lot.
Sounds great. You getting? Figuring yourself up?
Put my eyelashes on.
Eyelashes. Alrighty guys, one of my friends called me and asked me to go pick this car up at the dentist office because it broke an axle. She came here earlier, we told her it needed an axle, but she still didn't replace it and it ended up breaking. So we picked up the car for her. Here it is. Here's the axle. Pretty sure it's the passenger side. We're gonna lift her up, see what's going on with it. Alright guys, look at this sucker. Yeah, that thing's all ate up. She's definitely out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take this little bolt out right here, pin that out, take this bolt out, nail this thing out, stick a chisel in there and beat it out. Knock that piece out, and then the back should pop out, if I'm correct. And then put the new one in. Alrighty guys, I got the nut off. I don't need this because look, we got a new nut. Sweet. And I already took a hammer and I just knocked on it and it came out. Let's reach behind here and ooh, there she is. Wait, gotta get it around that brake line. Yeah, there it is. Look at that sucker. There's that, guys. There's one part. This part, I might be able to just yank on it and it might be able to come out. So I'm kind of hoping. But
The shop up in the office up okay, so y'all go wash your hands out.
oh yeah, no, I guess I will. I'll go in there because I gotta upload this video anyway. Alright. Alrighty, guys. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Literally got in there. Love tapped it in the back. She came out. Now time to put the new one in. I'm gonna upload this video. And guys, I'm really sorry. I haven't really posted in about 7 to 8 days. I caught the flu, or not the flu, the cold, whatever you want to call it, for about 3 days, and then I finally got over it, and I didn't have enough videoing to post a video, so I didn't get to do that. And then I've been trying to catch up on some schoolwork lately, because I'm kind of getting behind, and you know, a bunch of stuff's going on. But anyway, I'm sorry I haven't posted for a minute, and I'll try not to let it happen again. You know, I got school, I got other responsibilities. Surely you guys can understand that. And but let's go ahead and slap this thing in there and get ready to go. Look at this, baby! Woo! Got it done. Sexy, ain't it? Take this new nut off. There we go. And just throw her in there. Alrighty, she's all the way back and seized. Now I'm gonna put this little ball joint back in, and then I'm gonna tighten her up, put the wheels back on, and there she is. She's done. Took me a minute to kind of figure out how to do it. This is actually my first axle doing, but you know, it's always good to have a little hands-on experience, and I've learned mine. But let's throw it together. Alrighty, guys, this thing runs great. That'll be it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. It definitely won't be 7 days, obviously, but I'm still gonna try to push it. Like I said, school's been kind of, you know, iffy for me and everything, and I just got a lot going on, so kind of bear with me. But I hope you guys have a great night, and I appreciate you guys viewing. And please hit the like and subscribe button, and have a great one.